Okay, I see a lot of football nowadays. Because I'm a football fan. I'm not a coach anymore. And one of the things that I see, some guys do a good job of it, some guys don't, and I don't know if it's what the reason. I mean, there's a million reasons, but one of the things that we talk about quite a bit is meshing the mesh between the blocker, okay, and the runner. Okay, I don't mean the mesh between the quarterback and the runner. I mean the mesh between the blocker and the runner. Of course, the mesh between the quarterback and the runner affects the mesh between the blocker and the runner. So everyone's got to be on the same page. It's not a question of who's right, it's a question of what's right. But I'm just going to look at counter here and power here. And on power, of course, the guard's the wrapper. And on counter, it's usually the sniffer or fullback or somebody, and the tackle could be the wrapper. Um, and what we talk to the runner about is the read spot. We used to talk about zone, you get on the outside edge of the hole, and power, you get on the inside edge of the hole. But now we just say, look, put your feet on the read spot, okay? And then go from there. But one of the things that we do want to talk about with the runner is the mesh. And in this case, we're just going to talk, like I said, about the wrapper. Okay, so here's counter. Here's the wrapper here. It could be anybody. Um, what he's going to do is what we do is we drop. Okay, we drop, pull, or wrap. Okay, and it's offside foot first. Okay, one, two, three. We hit the three steps: offside, onside, offside, and go. And we tell this guy that he's got to hug the double team, but he's not going to get uh, mired into the path. If the path closes up, he can slide and get up and again, but he's going to the spot. He's going to the spot, not to a man. Now I drew backers there just because I don't know why I like to be confusing maybe, but he's going to a spot because this backer might run out of there and somebody else fits in. So he wants to stay close to the read spot as he can. This runner does not want to get on the outside of this wrapper. He wants to stay on the inside of this wrapper. Okay, when we wrap, we're essentially trapping the linebacker. We want to put our headgear to the inside. Now, you want to go right down the middle and then slide your head at the last second. You don't want to aim with your shoulder. It's not going to work. And it's no fancy steps or anything like that. It's one of the times where we do use momentum. Okay, so we go get it. We have to be definitive. We have to make this guy move. All right. That's not to say that we uncoil. It's not to say that we use big steps. We don't use. What I'm saying is we don't use, you know, gallops or anything like that. We go and get them. Okay. And like I said, we go to a spot, not to the man. We go to a spot, and the man that's there, we want to get him with our headgear to his inside. Okay. And we want that runner to draw that defender to him, and then he can jump outside of that. Okay, so if he goes outside the wrapper right away, the backer is going to go to him, and then he's got to jump cut that way. It's hard. Okay, but if he stays inside the wrapper, he can jump out. Okay, and of course, if the backer were to step up to the outside, he can just stay on his course. He doesn't have to change. Again, I want to reiterate, we've got to get movement on the double team, whether it's a double on the nose or a double on a guy over the guard, four down or an odd spacing. Power's the same thing. Uh, and we don't tell this guy, the rapper, the sniffer rapper, we don't tell him to go this way. We tell him always get depth because he's a fullback. This guy, same thing. We want depth first because he's a fullback. This is ISO. except we're isoing with this guy. We're trying to double team, get everything washed out, trying to build a wall right here, okay, for all these defenders. And these defenders have to collapse. Well, if they collapse, then, we can read it, or there's a million, RPOs, the whole, all the fancy stuff. Okay. But it all starts with this. Okay. If he jumps outside of that thing once again, the backer is going to move, and he's got to bring it back in here into the wall. Okay. That might look good. I don't know. But to me, over the years, it's been the best if he can stay tight. It's harder to get tight than it is to get wide. So he can stay tight and jump wide rather than stay wide and jump tight. Okay. That's all I got for you. The running back and the running back coach and the lineman and the line coach have to be on the same page. Again, it's not a question of who's right. It's a question of what's right. Okay? Hope you guys are having fun. I can't believe it. A quarter of the season will be done, or the college season anyway, will be done this weekend.